Okay, now that we have officially concluded the awards ceremony for the junior division competition that we saw earlier today, it's time for the big one. The elite men from the respective nations of Egypt and South Africa are going to contest this next matchup. Reminder, yesterday the Egyptian men taking all three of their matches against the South African men. They were tightly contested, and the home-based contingent will be hoping for a change of fortunes in terms of the scoreboard. Looks like we've lost the large contingency of the crowd, but all that means is that you're going to have to now shout twice as loud for the South African men as they make their way onto the pitch. Both teams are going to be super pumped for this one. We implore you to hang around and watch the highest quality of dodgeball. Best of luck to both teams. A reminder to the crowd that due to the nature of the way the tournament is structured, the South African men need to win all of their remaining fixtures to win the tournament. All that is required of the Egyptian men is to win this next match. And they will be guaranteed a position in the World Cup of Dodgeball happening in their home nation of Egypt in 2020. So the South African men with it all to do. True testament to the sport. South African men's and Egyptian men's team wishing one another the best of luck for what is to come. Great to see. This is what it's all about. Making friends and having fun, but this is still an international sporting event. One must not forget that. Two coaches of the respective teams on the sidelines looking unpensively is Coach Puccini. He will take a lot of confidence from yesterday's closer matchups between the two teams. But for now, let's focus on right now. Remo with a great retrieval. Now the advantage with the Egyptians, and Amaro with a great shot. Taking out Sasha Douglas, the marginal skin. They're pumped by that one, and rightfully so. That was pinpoint precision in terms of executing on the strategy, but a great shot by James Kissa, taking out one of the stars of the Egyptian men's team, number 11, Samir. The South African men's team, however, find themselves numerically at a disadvantage here. Great skills, and number 3 to divert the attention of that well-directed shot. Locking back on the wing, he plays all of his dodgeball. Great block by James. Kisser on the right wing, coming forward, dummying. And a headshot there, a brilliant headshot there by number 16, Maro, one of another one of the stars of this Egyptian men's team. And subsequently, he too finds himself in the outside, and a brilliant shot there by James, just too powerful for number 22 Cello to deal with. Now all of a sudden it's 3 plays 2 in favor of Egypt. Oh, and a great shot, another one by James Kisser. He certainly seems to be in the zone this afternoon. He plays 1. The odds in the favor of the Egyptians from this position, but James Kisser in such good form, it would seem, today. Brilliant jump, aerial skills there by number 1 of Egypt. And the time has run out, which means that the Egyptian men draw first blood in this matchup, taking the 2 points due to the technicalities of having more active players on the court after the 3-minute time duration has run out. Promising signs, however, for the South Africans, but they need more than that. They need points, they need to win. And they need to win well. Great block by H, number 89 from Egypt, followed up by another one. And Obao, number 16, taken out in the air, ball hitting his foot. Brilliant skills there by Maro, excellent understanding of the game, brilliant awareness. Samad, number 11, lurking here on this left wing. From looking back, getting struck on the butt, and he's out. Brilliant awareness and skill by Remo. He only started playing this game a number of months ago. It's incredible to see his rise to the elite level. And of course, one of the great Egyptian players being taken out, but immediately putting his hand up in declaration of his elimination, just in case the umpires didn't see it. True sportsmanship here, and so nice to see. Again, brilliant aerial skills by number 11, Samir, but just glancing him through that second ball. Vice captain Sasha Douglas. Oh, not quite enough. Not quite enough there, and the Egyptian men racing into a 4-point lead. One senses that they are sniffing blood and that they are going to go for the kill. It comes down now to mental fortitude from the South African men. They found themselves in a similar situation yesterday where the Egyptians had built a sizable lead, but they fought their ways right back into the contest. However, the situation now is...
Don't you just want to ask him to stand behind them because I'm just filming straight into him. No, it's fine.
Again, a great retrieval of the rush by Remo. Lots of good communication from the Egyptian men. And that was a good shot there by Sasha Douglas, taking out Samer. Taking out another one of the Egyptian players, James Kissa, being lost to the cause, but not without taking number 22, Cello, down with him, which means that South Africa now in a strong position. Okay, now Sasha Douglas instructing his troops as to what the plan is going to be. Oh! Firstly, that was a brilliant catch. Make that 2 brilliant catches. A barrage of fire there, 3 pinpoint precision shots striking the chest of that Egyptian player, but that all-important catch had initially been made, which means that a player that was outed came back in. And another catch means that the Egyptian men take that one as well. Seemed to be a false start there from the South African men. It's exactly what they didn't need, which means they now take all 5 balls. Are in a strong position to make a dominant play. Oh, brilliant. Excuse me, going for the money shot and executing, just hitting the head of Remo. Great block by Maro. Oh, unable to deal with that brilliantly precise shot by the South African player, hitting him on the feet. This is what is needed from South Africa: anger and passion. They find themselves not only down on the scoreboard, but down in terms of numbers on the pitch. Brilliant stuff there. Again. Now well and truly in the driving seat. Taking an 8-point lead. Good win there by the Egyptian player on the rush. And taking out the vice captain and one of the stars, Sasha Douglas. Great shot there by James Kissa. It's what they needed, but Refs calling for a timeout while they get some clarity on what exactly transpired there. Dylan Dore, unfortunately unable to execute on what he was trying to achieve there, albeit marginally. Play continues with Remo and Vian on the South African team. Okay, and having removed one of the Egyptian players, they now only need to take out number 1 in order to get a desperately needed win, and that's exactly what they've done. Let's hear it there for Vian van Luckenberg. That was desperately needed by the South African men. Back to the action, a great win off the rush for Remo. Oh, and of course Maro taking himself out, or yeah, Captain Carl Rodriguez in the background screaming orders at his team. They're gonna need killer instincts now. You need raw and unbridled passion should they wish to overcome this healthy lead being enjoyed by the Egyptians. Nobody's quite sure what happened there. And we're calling a timeout. Again, there's so much emotion out there right now. It's almost tangible. I don't know if you guys can feel it wherever you may be joining us from. But the competition is fierce. The South Africans are going to need to rely now not only on skill but something more. Something from deep down inside. Just narrowly missing the feet of Sasha Douglas on the left wing, and here comes the South African attack. And a brilliant catch there by the number 3 player from Egypt. We know that South Africa need to do something should they wish to overturn that one-man numerical advantage enjoyed presently by Egypt. And that one goes to the Egyptian men, just showing real resilience and grit, and knowing that if they stick to their structures, they're going to take this. The Egyptian men taking an 8-point lead into the halftime switchover. South African men with a mountain to climb. But as we're well aware, we love mountains in this country. They're gonna need to dig deep. The Egyptian men sense that they are almost there in terms of achieving the goals that they set out to achieve. They're 15 minutes away from booking their place in the World Cup that incidentally they will be hosting next year. The biggest events in the dodgeball calendar happens only every 2 years. They'll fail as if they're almost there. South Africa, on the other hand, they feel that an 8-point difference is a bridge too far. Knowing the team personally, I would say absolutely not. They've overcome bigger deficits in the past. And it's moments like this that determine exactly what a team is made from and made of. We're back live now. In a situation where the South African men need to win most of the next games if they stand any chance of beating this brilliant Egyptian men's team. Great skill by Vian, number 28, to firstly block and then secondly stay in the field of play. Wonderful skill by Bassem, number 13, in the air. Oh, and too much to deal with right there on that occasion. 2 balls being hurled at Vian, and One of them just dislodging. Wow. Plus number 13 with some brilliant skill, and I don't know if you can see or feel it, but he is so pumped, as is his entire team, and so they should be. That was brilliant. As is so often the case in these high intensity matches, emotions do tend to run extremely high. And the refs often find themselves in the middle of it. Coach Puccini as well, it's the Egyptian coach, just in discussions with the ref. About 13 minutes left in this one, and South Africa really needs to start digging deep. 8 points adrift, as I mentioned, and a draw will not do it for them. You're going to need more than that. It's true. Speaking of technology, this live stream is brought to you by Take Note Technologies. We hope you've appreciated every moment of the live action being brought to you by the Kutsenberg Arena in Stellenbosch. As the animated conversation continues out on Centre Court. Okay, it looks like Coach Puccini is asking Daniel if we can go to a TMO, which we will do. Okay, it looks like we're going to the touch match official, brought to you by Take Note Technologies. And if I may just quickly do that thing that they do in the rugby game sometimes. All we need to see is whether or not number 7 was hit on the left side of the pitch. While we review this decision, just a quick reminder that dodgeballs are available at the tuck shop for you to purchase. They'll make an excellent Christmas or birthday present, or just a gift. Or if you're keen on getting involved, just to throw a ball in your back garden and go and buy a dodgeball, help grow the sport. There's still plenty of action coming your way. The next game is the mixed game happening directly after this. Thereafter, we will chat to the respective teams to see if they want to play out the remainder of their games. Of course, the ladies team already having clinched their title. They're booked of a place in the 2020 World Cup happening in Cairo in Egypt next year. And it looks like our refs have come to a decision. And their decision is going the way of Egypt by the looks of things. Let's get back to the action. If the technology is there, we should absolutely, certainly take advantage of that, and that excellent replay was only made possible by Take Note Technologies. I'm sitting here with the CEO and founder of the company, Daniel, and he's making that TMO possible. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Should you wish to book Daniel, please go over to his website. Take note, technologies. Just a sec, I'll give you that information. His website is tntav.coza. Again, tntav.coza. Should you wish to make inquiries about any of his services, if you're having a sporting event or anything else that you might require any type of audio visuals for, go over to his website and get in touch. But back to the action. It's the South Africans now who are 10 points adrift. Good swivel turn there by number 28, Vian van Luckenberg. Captain Carl Rodriguez now being taken out. Both players eliminating each other, but it's the Egyptian men enjoying a healthy numerical advantage in terms of personnel on the pitch. Oh, brilliant block there by James Kissie's defense, really a hallmark of his game. Oh, brilliant shot by Remo, taking out one of the stars of the Egyptian team, taking out only one. Looked like that was a good block. Number 22, Cello, with what appeared to be a good block there. Oh, and Remo being taken out, and again James finds himself in a dire situation where he'll need to make a couple of catches. And he's unable to do so. Egypt now move into a 12-point advantage with little over 10 minutes left to play. Egyptian men just seem to be on another level today. In the world rankings, they are ranked considerably higher than their South African counterparts. I think they are sitting currently at 5th in the world, and we'll be sure to tune in to the World Cup Dodgeball 2020 and keenly follow their progress, hoping of course that they can keep, or bring, shall I rather say, the trophy to the African continent. Looks like a yellow card has been dealt out to one of the Egyptian players, H, number 89. I think only the second yellow card that we've seen all tournaments, so discipline has been good, which is always so good to see. Great block, great awareness by the Egyptian wing. 2 consecutive blocks, and as I say, great awareness of where the outline is. Great stuff, just marginally nicking number 1 on the way through as he tried to airily avoid being hit. One of the Da Costa boys on and one of the Da Costa boys off. Referee Julian Springer ruling that one hit the arm or elbow of the Egyptian player. Vian van Luckenberg now being removed from the equation. Well-directed shot there, taking Carl Rodriguez, Captain Courageous, out of the mix. Bassem ruling himself out, which is brilliant to see. I don't know if the refs necessarily picked up on that, but true to the great sportsmanship that we've witnessed, he took himself out. And South Africa find themselves in a situation where it's a 2 versus 2. But an excellent shot by the Egyptian captain. And not only that, they now remove Sasha Douglas, vice captain. They just back themselves in that situation. They back their structures. They know exactly the roles and responsibilities of each member of the team, and at the moment they're achieving great success. On the scoreboard, it's now a 14-point margin, and one would think that 14-point buffer is more than enough. More than enough to see them comfortably qualifying for the very first Dodgeball World Cup to be hosted on African soil next year in Cairo. And judging by what we've seen here over the past 2 days, surely these Egyptian elite men should be considered as tournament pre-favorites. Great work there by Nicholas Obel. And yeah, brilliant catch there by Miteri, number 3. So pumped, and rightfully so, but in his jubilation, enjoying the moment just a little bit too much. And the Egyptian men are having fun right now. They're having fun, and they deserve to be having fun, because they've put in all of the hard yards. These guys have been training on a daily basis for several months leading up to this tournament, and they can enjoy themselves now. They can let their hair down, so to speak. They know that this one is in the bag. Coach Puccini now giving the rest of his squad a chance. He's stuck with, for the most part, the same team without his first team. Now asking that the rest of the guys get a chance to get out there and maybe show them or show him why they deserve to be there from the start. Now resounding 16 points difference. South African men will be bitterly disappointed with this, having been so competitive yesterday. It's back to the drawing board with his charges for Coach Puccini, but one must also remember that his team hasn't been together for nearly as long as the Egyptian men. They don't train nearly as much due to logistical concerns, and what we've seen from the South African men, women and mixed teams is that they're definitely deserved of a place on this international stage. Neil de la Guerre, number 40, hasn't had much game time, but he'll be eager to show the crowd and show the team what he's capable of doing, but his height on that occasion proving to be his downfall. Oh, and that one hitting Sasha Douglas on the ground. South African men will be looking to salvage some pride now. Came so close, as mentioned yesterday, in 2 of their 3 encounters, losing only by a 2-point margin. Coach's super subs will be eager to impress, but at the moment they are up against a force of nature in the form of an Egyptian onslaught. Number 3 fencer on the wings, trying to get into position to catch, but unable to do so. Da Costa, number 66, now being taken out, and number 33 from South Africa alone on his quest, which ultimately ends in failure, but success for the Egyptians. Not much time left in this one. And next up, looks like we will have the mixed teams hitting the courts. Of course, the mixed teams already securing overall victory, having won all 4 of their previous encounters to date. But now the Egyptian men 20 seconds away from glory. Moving a couple of the South African guys that time. Now on the cusp of a convincing victory. Good shot there by number 3, I think it was. Well, the South Africans have the last say. Will they end on a high note? Yes, they will, but victory to the Egyptian men. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a massive round of applause to the Egyptian elite men's team who have just qualified for the 2020 Dodgeball World Cup hosted in Egypt next year. And judging by what we've seen today, hopefully they can go all the way and make sure that the Dodgeball World Cup is coming to Africa. Well done to Egypt. Well done to South Africa. A bridge too far today, but credit where credit is due. The Egyptian men, you guys were amazing. We will see some more social matches happening later on between these two teams, but in terms of a contest, the contest has been won, and convincingly so, by the Egyptian men. Massive congratulations, guys.